She thinks she's flying.
Yeah, she does.
Hey everyone, in today's video I will be doing a voiceover for the 2 rounds I had at Spring Lamplight this year. The first class of the week was the meter 35 Alliant Cup Classic. It started off with this really nice and inviting ramped oxer kind of into the rail there, and then an 8 strides down to the vertical, which we got there just kind of dull, and he was looking in the corner, so we had it down and then distracted through the corner, so we missed our lead change, but we pulled it back together and had a really nice 5 stride here that just rode up and measured really well. And then there was no real number because it's a long distance and a big old bend down to this 1 stride combination. We found it nice and quiet in, which was great, so we didn't roll any of those top rails. Efficient through the corner here. Didn't really love my track and distance into it, but he covered it for me, and so we had a nice 6 strides. And then just kind of through the end here, it wasn't really an inside turn, but I tried to keep the track as efficient as I could to get lined up for this triple combination on the outside, which he jumped really well because when we flatted in this ring the day before, he was a little bit spooky over on that side. And then we come down to this oxer on the end, and he just kind of gets distracted by the water there in the in gate, so I had to help remind him that, no, we're still jumping, we're still going. And we found a really nice distance to this orange vertical, but I think he just caught himself somewhere because we actually tore the shoe off on landing, bent it clean in half. And then we finished nicely over this last oxer. So ended with an 8 fault score, but super happy with it still. And then our next class of the week was the Prix. It was an American Standard, which off the top of my head I think is a meter 45. It started off with this really nice vertical on the rail there. No number, again, a lot of strides, big bend to this line, which was a 5 stride, rode really well. When a bending line is long enough, I don't count it because I tend to get stuck on a number and then find myself in trouble. But I was efficient around the end there to get lined up. This line caused a lot of trouble for people. It was a 4 stride to a really delicate 1 stride. And a lot of people had rails, and you could see that I rubbed it pretty hard on the out, so I was pretty lucky with that. Came across the middle here to this super square oxer. There are 2 tracks you could take. I chose the one inside the combination. There's one through it. I just decided in the air that's where I wanted to go, in the back of my mind, accounting for time allowed, but I just saw the track as I was in the air, so I figured that was a great choice. And then we came around here, and I settled a little bit and then could allow up in this 6 stride to a 1. Get down to this vertical on the end, and again, a little bit like the Alliant Cup, he was just a little distracted. And then I just kind of jazzed him up to this last fence to make sure that he knew we had 1 more to go, and then ended up being clear, which was super exciting. We were the second to go clear in the class. We were about halfway through, so I was pretty proud of myself. The jump off, then we started on this CWD, and I was really pleased with how I rode this line. I didn't pull down to it, which is my go-to, but there's definitely 1 less there, so I'm just file that away for the next class that I can keep going. Efficient around the end to, again, this square oxer, and then that same inside turn, which doing it in the first class really set us up to do it again in the second class. He knew where he was going, and doing that inside track also helps him kind of pay attention to where he needs to go and jumps a little bit sharper. Sliced that one pretty well, was pretty excited about that. And then just galloped on down to this last fence, which was jump number 1 backwards, and we ended up double clear and just a smidgen off the winning time, which I was pretty happy for. So we ended up 2nd place, and that's our best placing so far yet in the Grand Prix, and looking forward to the rest of the season.